So I've managed to get my hands on the brand new 5th generation Apple iPad mini. But don't stress, it's not inside the box, it's right here, ready to unbox. What's going on, guys? My name's Tomic and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit special for me because we've just reached the 1,000 subscriber mark. Now, I know for most of you out there, that's not a lot, but for me, that's a huge step in the right direction, especially to continue making these great YouTube videos for you guys and also for myself. So thank you for joining me, and let's get into today's unboxing of the 5th generation iPad mini. So just because we're talking about the unboxing experience doesn't mean I'm gonna do this unboxing the generic way everybody else does it. Yes, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what's in the box, but we're not just going to talk about what's in the box, we're actually going to talk about this iPad mini, and we're going to talk about how it compares to the rest of the iPad lineup, excluding the iPad Pro, because that's a whole different beast. Inside the box today, we're going to find your typical Apple packaging. You're going to find the iPad mini wrapped in the plastic that is so satisfying to peel, and full disclosure, I could not wait to make this video, so this iPad mini was definitely unpacked before this video, but everything was put in the same place it came. There isn't actually any major openings. You still get to keep your headphone jack at the top, which is a fantastic win for most people. You have the volume rocker up and down on the right hand side and the power button on the top, as you do with most Apple devices to date. At the bottom of the iPad mini, you have your speakers and also your lightning port. The rest of the device is very smooth with some beveled edges. I actually like the beveled edges over the flat edges of the iPad Pro in a small device. In a larger device, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Personally, I can actually grab the whole iPad mini with one hand, so the beveled edges make it a lot more comfortable for you to hold, even if it's one or two. Inside the box, you're also going to find your standard Lightning to USB-A cable. It's approximately 1 meter long, so it isn't too long, unfortunately. Underneath the iPad mini, you're going to find the instruction manual and some decals from Apple. One thing that kind of threw me off with this little packaging here was the simple fact that when you pulled out the cards, the information cards, the 2 Apple stickers, and also the iPad mini dedicated instruction booklet, what you found was the simple fact that Apple had actually gone ahead and tried to kind of buff out this little packaging and make it a lot thicker by adding an internal layer of cardboard that you can't pull out. So when you're actually opening it up, you kind of think that there's more paper in there, but realistically there's nothing more except those 3 pieces of paper. And also you're going to find the 10-watt wall adapter specific for the iPad mini. If you also have an iPhone, you're probably going to notice that your generic iPhones come out with a 5-watt charger, so it is a lot faster in charging when you're comparing those 2 wall adapters. Both the iPad Air and the iPad mini have the A12 Bionic chip in them, which is identical to the iPhone XR and the iPhone XS. Unfortunately, one thing we haven't seen on the new iPad mini and the iPad Air that we have seen on the iPad Pro is the introduction of the USB-C connector. It would have been really nice to see the USB-C added into this, but I guess you can't have everything along the way. The improvements from the 4th to the 5th gen are phenomenal, so it is a very thankful upgrade. If you're comparing the Apple Mini 4 and the Apple Mini 5, there is about a 3 times performance spec bump between the chipsets in these 2 devices. The speakers on this device are actually quite good. I'm going to give you guys a quick test here to show you what the speakers are like through the generic sound of this Canon DSLR. There isn't any external mic plugged into the Canon during the audio test, so it won't be the best audio, but here's a little snippet for you guys if you're interested in the audio quality. What's going on, guys? My name's Tomic and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the old Microsoft Laptop 2 and also the brand new Microsoft Surface Laptop 3 that was released just a couple of days ago, and if it is a viable option to upgrade from your old laptop. I say old, it's potentially about a year, if not a little bit more older. The 5th generation iPad mini is also compatible with the 1st generation Apple Pencil It isn't unfortunately compatible with the second generation pencil, which would be really good. At the moment, only the brand new iPad Pro is compatible with the second generation pencil, which is a bit of a letdown. It would have been really nice to see the brand new iPad mini and also the brand new iPad Air be compatible with the Apple Pencil second generation, but that's okay. It's not too much of a letdown. The first generation pencil is still pretty good. I'll probably go ahead and make a video on the comparison a little bit down the track, so stay tuned if that's something that interests you. If you're out there comparing the iPad Air and the iPad mini, which the naming of those is actually quite confusing, because when we're talking about the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air, most of us out there know that the MacBook Air isn't as powerful as the MacBook Pro. So logically, you'd be thinking that the new iPad Air wouldn't be as powerful as the new iPad, but in actual fact, the iPad mini and the iPad Air are both more powerful than the original iPad. At the moment, guys, I'm getting about 8 hours of battery life out of this device. They are saying 10 hours along with the iPad mini, the iPad Air, and also the iPad all getting the same. So 8 hours out of a 10-hour spec time is actually really good. And that's all I have for the unboxing today for you guys. I'll be sure to do a review of the iPad mini a little bit down the track when I get to use it a little bit more and give you my full impressions. But for today, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button 2019 style. We've just surpassed that 1,000 mark. So I think the next goal for me is 5K, but we'll see how we go. Again, thank you so much, and I'll see you next Monday.